Okay, now's the moment of truth. This is the finished product, folks. This is a cheesecake cooked in the Instant Pot in the egg mold. Basic cheesecake recipe. Let's see how it tastes. I said before that the hummus dip was the best thing I ever made. This is incredible. Okay, folks, I'm looking forward to making this. I don't typically eat dessert, but when I do, my favorite dessert is cheesecake. I love cheesecake. I don't make it all that often. I think I've only made it about 2 or 3 times in my entire life. But I looked up a recipe. I used ChatGPT again to find me a recipe for cheesecake that would fit in one of my egg molds that I have here. So we're going to cook a nice quick. The longest part of this recipe is going to be how long we're going to let it cool off. So this is going to span over 2 hours, but for you, everyone watching, it's only going to seem like a few minutes. So let's get through the ingredients here. What I have here is 4 ounces of cream cheese that I cut up to soften. I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar to that. And then I'm going to add what I have here, the liquids. Once this is all smooth, I'm going to blend that with the blender to get it smooth and softened. I'm going to incorporate the sugar in it, blend it until that's all incorporated. Then I'm going to add the liquid, which is 2 tablespoons of sour cream, 1 egg, and a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to blend that all in. That's going to be our cheesecake filling. Here I've got a 1/2 cup of graham cracker crumbs and a tablespoon of sugar. And then what I'm going to do is add a cup or a tablespoon of melted butter. And that's going to be our crust that we're going to put in the bottom of these greased molds. I'm going to spray these with a sprayer, grease them, put the graham cracker crumbs in that. Then we're going to cook them in the Instant Pot for 10 minutes. Let it naturally release for 15. And then we're going to put them in the fridge, let it cool off for a bit on the counter. Put it in the fridge and let it cool down for about an hour. And then we're going to taste these bad boys. The good thing, what I plan on doing with this, when you're on trying to eat healthy and watching your weight, it's all about proportion size. It's all about proportion and the size. So these egg molds, it's going to be about 200 calories for each egg bite. So that's fairly low in calories for a dessert. And what I plan on doing, I'll probably eat these for a couple days, 2 or 3 nights. The remainder that I have left, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them in the freezer on their own. Then once they're solid and hardened, after about an hour or so, I'm going to vacuum seal them. And they'll keep in the freezer for 2 or 3 months and still maintain their flavor. Just take them out, let them thaw in the fridge overnight. So I'm going to get cracking, start mixing these, and then I'll bring you back as we start the process for the egg molds. Stay tuned. I'm looking forward to this. Okay, everything's all mixed. I had to actually go out and buy some beaters today because I don't normally bake. So this is something that is a little bit outside of my comfort zone, but it's always good to get outside of that comfort zone, right? You'll learn that in business, and that's the only way you're going to be successful. So I've got the graham cracker crumbs all mixed up. I've got the cheesecake. I'm a little bit concerned because it seems a little bit runny to me. So you guys may never see this video because my commitment is if I get a recipe from ChatGPT and it's a fail, I'm just going to delete the video. I'm not going to waste your time watching something that didn't work. So ChatGPT hasn't failed me yet, so fingers crossed. But let's get to it. And I'll say if you hear what it sounds like whispering in the background, I've got the Big Brother live feeds on my TV. So I'm a Big Brother fan, and I always watch the live feeds, trying to figure out who's going home this week. Is it going to be, oh, I better not say anything because people may not know about the veto yet. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we spray these with, if you have an oil spray can, whatever you use, just give them a good coating. You don't want them to stick. And then we're going to start spooning in the graham cracker crumbs. So you're just going to equally put these in. Each bowl. I think there actually may be a little bit too much of this for all of them, because you don't want it to be all graham cracker crumbs. But I've got about an equal portion in there, and I'm just going to press those down in the mold. And then once I do that, I'll let you see what it looks like. Here, I'll go ahead and show you. So I'm just going to do that. You can see there I've got them all squished down. I'm going to evenly distribute that throughout the whole thing. And then I'll bring you back as we start doing the cheesecake. Stay tuned. Okay, we're ready to put the cheesecake mix in. Very important that when you're putting the graham cracker crumbs in, that you push them down. Make sure that they're firmly packed in there. So what I'm going to do is, actually this is thickening up. I'm going to carefully pour in. I'm going to start off by just doing like a spoonful at a time, pouring that in, and then making sure that I evenly distribute this across all of that. No sense wasting your time as I go through that. I'll bring you back when I've got them all filled up and ready to go into the pot. Okay, folks, this is another reason why I don't bake a lot, because it makes a mess. Beaters splatter things everywhere. I'm not a neat cooker or cook. I scrambled the graham cracker crumbs, have them all over the place. I have a correction on the calorie count, and it's a good correction. I did my math wrong. The total calories for all of this is 909 calories. Divided by 7, because there's 7 egg bites, that's a total of 129 calories. One of these delicious cheesecakes, I'm assuming it's going to be, is only 129 calories. And again, I hope this recipe turns out, because I love cheesecake. It's my favorite dessert. And the beauty of this, folks, is that you can adapt this for whatever your favorite cheesecake recipe is. Just know that proportion the ingredients based on the amount of cream cheese. So this is 4 ounces of cream cheese. So if I had 2 egg molds, and you could cook these with 2, at least I won't say that yet, because I'm not sure how much these are going to rise. I know there's no rising agents in them, like baking powder or anything like that, but the eggs are going to puff up when they cook. So I've got a cup of hot water in here. I'm going to lower this magic thing into there very carefully, because I do not want to spill. I'm going to clip this, and then I'm going to set this for 10 minutes and let it pressure cook. And again, I'm going to let this cook. I'm struggling with my lid lately. I'm going to cook this for 10 minutes. And then I'm going to let it naturally release for 15. And then I'll bring you with me when we take these out and see how they turned out. We won't be tasting them, but we'll be bringing them out to cool. And I'm going to clean up all this mess on the counter. We'll be right back when they're done. Okay, folks, it said 10 to 15 minutes. I'm impatient. It's been 14. I think that's good enough. We're going to see how this is. I'm going to release that pressure. I'll pop that out, and then we'll see what they look like. Here's what we're dealing with. They did rise, which is good. I'm going to let those cool on the counter until, like, it's very, very hot, obviously, right now. They just came out of the Instant Pot. Then I'm going to seal those with tin foil. Oh, there's my timer. Alexa, stop. She gets on my nerves every once in a while. So we're going to put those in the fridge after they've cooled for about an hour. I just want to make sure that it's not hot to the touch anymore. And then I'll put some tin foil around them. We don't want any steam building up inside. And then I'm going to put those in the fridge for an hour or so to cool off. Then we'll do a taste test. Stay tuned. We'll be back to find out, is it good? Okay, folks, it's been a couple hours now that it's been in the fridge. We're going to take the tin foil off. This footage may or may not be included. We're going to see how easily these pop out. So I'm just going to run a knife along the sides. I'm only going to pop one out. Oh, look at that. So there's how it's going to be, folks. We'll stop that and bring you down to have a look. There it is. That's the cheesecake bite. Doesn't that? Oh my goodness. They turned out better than what I was expecting. I thought that sauce was a little bit runny. Let's go have the taste test. Okay, now's the moment of truth. This is the finished product, folks. This is a cheesecake cooked in the Instant Pot in the egg mold. Basic cheesecake recipe. Let's see how it tastes. I said before that the hummus dip was the best thing I ever made. This is incredible. And just think, one of these is less than 200 calories. 129 calories. This is delicious. That was easy. I only used half of the cream cheese. I'm going to freeze. I'm going to probably have one tomorrow after supper, and then I'm going to freeze the rest. I'm going to set them in the freezer for about an hour until they get hard. Then I'm going to vacuum seal them, take them out another week. Then I'm going to make myself another batch of these and freeze those as well. This is delicious. It's cheesecake. Everything's portion control, right? So it doesn't mean just because you're trying to eat better and lose some weight or maintain your weight, doesn't mean you can't eat the foods you love. You can still have them, but it's all in portion. Depends on the portion. So try this out. This is very simple. I don't like baking, and this only took me about 5 minutes to mix everything together. Very simple, easy recipe. If you like this video, please hit the like button. I encourage you to have a look at my channel and look at some of the playlists. If this is something that you like to see, again, I post videos almost every day, at least every other day. I would appreciate if you subscribe. Thanks for watching. It's good. Jamie, signing off. Man, that's good.